All right. Boy, we're getting closer to winter. It's October 1st, 2018.
It felt like it.
Yeah, it's a rainy day here, overcast. Wind was blowing earlier, so it's definitely jacket weather.
Yep.
Definitely. Dyson boys were back for another week.
Yeah,
and the Democrats, they're still up to their same old silly antics as usual. They just don't stop.
Well, what you stop for?
Yeah.
The jig is up. Everybody's figured out who you are.
Yeah.
People are starting to learn out who you are. I was reading the guy. He said he walked away after watching the hearings for the past 2 weeks. He said these people are out of their mind.
Yeah, they are. They are.
He said, I'm done voting Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
He just walked away just this week.
Just this week. After watching that mess.
After watching that nonsense.
That we saw in the Judiciary Committee. I was thinking, Matt, if I were still a Democrat, what would I be doing?
Yeah.
Okay? It's hard to imagine me being a Democrat. So for me, that's a stretch of the imagination. Big time. But you see what Rachel Mitchell wrote?
I didn't read. I was reading. Reading some of the articles. I haven't read through any of them.
Okay, yeah, I've read through some of it, and she's really looking at Christine Blasey Ford's testimony before the Judiciary Committee, and she's breaking it down. And if you go through and you read that, it's like, man, there's so many inconsistencies, gaps in her timeline. And, at one point she talked about it happened in the early 80s, and then it was like the mid 80s, and then it was 82. What is this? Spin the wheel, and whatever comes up, that's a date we pick? It's like pin the tail on the calendar.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. If you're going to level charges against somebody, especially charges as heinous as these, you need to have your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
You just can't come up and be arbitrary. So now, and here's another one. Again, I'm not surprised by this. Last week, the Democrats were calling for an FBI investigation. They were using, it's not going to take that long. It only took the FBI 4 days during, to investigate Anita Hill's allegations. 4 days. Okay. So the Republicans come out, we'll do another investigation then. Okay? If that'll stick a pacifier in you guys' mouths and shut you up, we'll do another investigation. This week and over the weekend, what are they complaining about? It's not going to be enough time to do a thorough investigation. So it's going to take... So the 4 days that you were talking about back last week, trying to get your way, that was sufficient back then, 4 days, but you're going to need longer this time.
Yeah.
Okay?
7 days ain't going to be enough.
You guys are nothing but... You're doing everything you can to delay this confirmation.
Well, that's what the guy was talking about. It wasn't the testimony, and I'm reading a lot of articles. It's not the testimony. It's how you going about this thing. You spring this stuff out that you knew, weeks earlier, and all of a sudden you spring it at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep coming up with delay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on with this thing. Let's get it over. Either confirm the man or don't.
Mm-hmm.
All this delay stuff, and you look back at, he's looking back at, all the things that the Democrats have been standing for. He's like, I'm tired of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of these people.
You're talking about the guy that walked away.
I'm sick of these people.
Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over and over
Yes,
and
it
over
is.
and over.
Yes, it is.
They don't change. They harp on the same things. If you're black, you're supposed to think like this, and you're supposed to believe this,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he's saying you people basically you're a bunch of liars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You just lie, and you don't care who you hurt when you tell your lies. You're not looking for the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You're just delaying.
Yeah.
Either confirm the guy and let's move on, or confirm him, not confirm him, let's move on. Stop playing games.
Yeah. And all they're going to do with this delay is you're just going to parade more women up saying that, well, he sexually abused me too. It's like this Sweatnik lady. Investigating her, oh, so you love bringing sexual abuse charges against folks. That's your favorite pastime. While everybody else is out boating and playing ball and watching football on TV, etc., enjoying their lives with their favorite hobbies, yours is bringing sexual abuse allegations towards folks. Miss Sweatnet, that's what you do. Then a company that she worked for back in the early 2000s, she told them on her application that she graduated from St. John's University. So they do a check, right?
Yeah.
And find out it's like St. John's University, never heard of it. So what is up with you, girl? So they paraded you out here?
Yeah.
Nobody forget anything about her. Her sort of like past that's not credible. So you saying that Judge Kavanaugh sexually abused you, well, hey, come to find out, that's one thing that you do.
Yeah.
If you don't get your way,
then,
especially if it's a male involved in it, if you don't get your way, Miss Sweatnik, he sexually abused me.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. But see, you Democrats don't care about what kind of person it is you're putting out there to make these allegations whenever you come up with these allegations. It doesn't matter against whom, but you guys don't care who that person is and what they're all about. As long as they make the allegation and we can make it stick.
But what they're doing, and as I read people's comments that are saying, hey, let's get on with this. Let's get over with this. Let's do this and get it done with. Yes, up and down, wherever you're going to vote. Let's go ahead and do it and let's get it done with. Mm-hmm. And they keep delaying, and they're like, okay, how long are you guys going to delay? Why are you delaying?
Mm-hmm.
And you start looking at all the stuff and the people you're bringing up.
Mm-hmm.
We are not talking about women with stellar backgrounds. Women that I'm just minding my own business and stuff, and they keep, as you dig more into these people, the more nonsense you find them.
Like,
but see, the Democrats don't care, and their hardcore base, they're just as sick and twisted as
as
the
one sitting on the Judiciary Committee,
as any of them. They're just as twisted. But the average rational, thinking person, most people aren't jackwagons. Most people aren't jerks. Most people don't take pleasure in dealing out pain and suffering to other people. The Democrats, like to pull wings off fly type nonsense.
Yeah, watch them buzz around.
Yeah, you pull one wing off and watch them spin around.
Right.
And you think that's funny. And some goofy junk you did as a kid, but you realize, that was, you don't do that junk no more.
Right.
So you move on, you get hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
You realize that you don't need to go around just hurting things just because you think it's funny. But Democrats never grow up.
They never stop.
They stay kids. I was just, before we come up here, some guy was talking about the Democrats backing homophilia. Homophobia is to once you get that normal, then pedophilia and all the other things are normal. You can normalize those.
You can see,
and I'm like, this is where this was always going to go.
Mm-hmm. You can see it throughout their history. They get one thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we got that thing. Now let's elevate and get this one. Okay, we got that one. Let's keep. It's a ladder for them.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they never ever stop with the wicked stuff.
Yeah. And people are starting to see, wait a minute, you guys are always, I look around, the young fella don't know his dad because the Democrats destroyed, pretty much, that marriage thing between man and woman. We don't want any of that. Well, you can marry your dog, whatever. They don't care. You
can marry your dog.
As long as they destroying that foundation, fundamental transformation. Let's destroy the foundations of what makes for a stable society. you know, and destabilize society. And then that way you can move in with anything while they're not looking, because people are now just desperate and trying to hang on and survive, you know. So that's what you do. So they do it to the third world, you know. Then they move on to developing countries. You know, you stabilize these places, then you move to G8 countries. You start destabilizing those countries. You take them one country at a time. They pretty much destroyed Europe. You know, Europeans are finally woke up. It's took them forever to wake up, but they're finally waking up to, you know, hey, this is not any good for some bureaucrat in Brussels telling me what I can do, and they're not. I didn't get a chance to vote on that. No, you know, we done with that. They're finally waking up, and it's like here in America, you know, people that, you know, my family was Democrat. I was raised by Democrat parents. Blah blah. Democrats everywhere. You know, like I say, you can't swing a dead cat around here. We can knock on every door in our neighborhood, and finding somebody that's not a Democrat will be almost impossible.
Yeah, virtually impossible.
You know, because that's how it is around here.
And even if they aren't Democrats, they're leery about making that knowledge known.
Making that knowledge known.
Yeah, they're
because
leery
you
about
get
that.
attacked so hard.
Yeah. Look at what Kanye West did on Saturday Night Live over the weekend. He had a MAGA hat on and left his head, started exploding. You know, oh, no, we can't have this. Don't go out there with that hat on. Why is the hat threatening to you? What is the hat going to do to you? You know, if they see him wearing a MAGA hat, what is that going to do? Is your game so weak that a guy wearing a MAGA hat is going to ruin your day? You know, that's how strong you are. You know, and speaking of strength, it's nonsense like that people are starting to say, wait a minute, I don't believe in that crap. I don't believe in all of this nonsense. They keep supporting. You know, you guys are dirty, you're low down, you're underhand. I don't want to be a part of that. You know? Because that's not how I live my life. I don't live my life to go out, wake up every day, and want to do harm to someone in some way, shape, or form. Most of the time, it's psychological harm. I don't wake up every day thinking that I'm going to tell people throughout the day, you can't say that. That's inappropriate. That's not PC. Okay? You can't wear that. You can't eat that. Oh, you're using a straw to drink your drink. You can't use a straw. People don't live their lives like that.
About what they can. They just go through their life and do whatever they do on a daily basis.
Taking care of their families.
You know, so you telling me somehow I'm ruining society by drinking out of a straw. You know? I mean, a normal, rational person will look at that and say, that's stupid.
And it's like you said about Kanye wearing a MAGA hat. What's the hat going to do? Jump off, man, and gouge your eyes out?
You know, like it's going to turn, you know, all of a sudden it's going to come alive on his head. You know, now we're going to be in a sci-fi horror movie. You know, the hat just going to run through the audience, ripping people's heads off their shoulders.
Attack of the MAGA hat.
People come running out the theater screaming and hollering because there's a hat in there attacking them.
The flesh-eating MAGA hat.
And the left presents everything that opposes them as if you don't follow us, you know, the world is going to blow up in 30 days or something. You know, it's always some traumatic thing. If Brett Kavanaugh gets elected, women are going to be set back 30 years. We're going to be dying in the back of cars from abortions and all this kind of stuff. And people are going to be telling me what to do with my body. You know, you're like almost, shut up. You know, make sense.
And there is no sense with them. It's like common sense with the left is like this thing that is so foreign to them that it doesn't even enter into their lives at all. Doesn't enter into their way of thinking at all. I mean, common sense stuff. Stuff that, dude, do you understand what's wrong with that? And just for an example, do you understand that you do not have the right to tell people how to live their lives?
You know, it's like you talking to them and they're like, you know, like they're trying to figure that out. You know, like, how are you trying to analyze that? You know, you looking at that like, I gotta, you know, I gotta figure out how are you figuring that out?
Now let's talk briefly about the trade deal that Trump's
Oh, yeah.
actively working on right now with United States, Mexico, and Canada. Because remember, folks on the left, NAFTA was the greatest thing since sliced bread and the Model T.
And pliers.
Okay? And pliers was the greatest thing. But who benefited from NAFTA? Well, it wasn't the United States that benefited from it. Oh, we saw, what was that Ross Perot said about NAFTA? That great sucking sound coming from the South.
Giant sucking sound of American jobs. And
Excellent.
leaves America. And he was right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been proven right.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So now you got Trump scrap NAFTA. We're going to start over with this. And, Mexico and Canada will never come to the table.
Yeah.
Well, they're at the table.
They're at the table. You know. And, okay, we've got this agreement nailed down. We got to sell it out. Oh, well, it's still just NAFTA. They just made a few changes to it. Yeah, you moron. He did make some changes to it. He made it fair to America, you idiot.
Yeah.
You know,
he didn't and not just America, fair to everyone.
No, but he didn't just say,
involved.
Screw Canada, screw Mexico. We're not going to deal with you anymore. No, we're going to take all that crap that gave you an advantage, and we're going to level the playing field on that. So everybody benefits equally.
Absolutely.
Not just your advantage, and I'm disadvantaged.
Right.
Like America doesn't need to have factories in America. We don't need to produce our own stuff. No, let's just take all that to Mexico. Well, you can't sell dairy products in Canada. 300% tariff on that. No, that's nonsense.
Yeah.
That's happening because we're protecting our dairy industry. If you sell milk here, it's just like buying milk made by American dairy. But then American dairy can't sell milk up in your country. That's nonsense.
Yeah,
and that's
totally
the kind
nonsense.
of stuff Trump is knocking down.
Yeah, totally nonsense.
But the left is their head's been exploding all weekend.
It's hard to understand what is wrong with folks on the left. You talk about an enigma.
Yeah.
These folks are the enigma of all enigmas. What's that saying? A mystery wrapped in a riddle, surrounded by an enigma or something like that. But that's what these folks are.
Yeah.
They are a total enigma. But at the same time, what I guess that's what makes them an enigma, because what they're going to do.
You know what they're going to do.
Because they do the same thing over and over and over and
when
over.
Something don't go their way, they start screaming and hollering like a bunch of little kids, nonsensically. They don't make any sense. We just don't like this. And if you like it, you're a racist, bigot, homophobe, whatever.
Same old thing.
Same old nonsense.
Yep.
And people are tired of that. Tired of that. Now, here's a story, from the Daily Wire. It's about something out of Russia, out of Moscow. Some young lady, her and her feminist buddies, decide they're going to go and fix manspreading. That's where a man sits with his leg open. Manspreading, that nonsense from the left. Feminists. And they're going to put water and bleach in a bottle, mix them up, and then pour it on these men's crotches, And so she goes around dumping this water, her and her buddies dumping this water, recording this stuff, dumping in the water. And then now everybody, is upset, like, okay, that's the way to get your jaw broke.
Yeah.
That's the way to get your jaw broke. You try that junk and you can get smacked down. Now they took the video down. I was going to put the video up, but they took it down. I should have recorded it. But they took it down. And now they're saying, it was just a hoax. Yeah, now that everybody's telling you you're going to get your jaw cracked, it's a hoax now.
And then look at this, because I saw that article too. And somebody was asking a question, was that staged?
Yeah.
Whether it was staged or not, somebody, somewhere, is going to think that's a doggone good idea.
Yeah.
And they're going to go out and try to do the same thing. Okay? As a matter of fact, somebody's going to want to do it better than what these girls were doing. Somebody's going to use acid or use a 1-to-3 mix on water and alcohol, more bleach than water, and do that. Okay? So somebody's gonna look at that. Hey, yeah, man, that's a good idea.
Great idea. Yeah.
And go out and do it. They're gonna get the job busted.
Yeah.
Okay. And then go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead. And then after they get their job busted, go ahead.
Yeah. And then it's like, here we are. We back at the Shark Tank looking in it. Talking about I want to get in Shark Tank. Okay. I better have a real good plan. I don't care if I was 23 lifting iron all week, whatever. I better have a real good plan at 6 foot and, maybe 220 pounds, 230 maybe, buff, and some dude 6'8", weighing 290, 298, rock solid muscle, pro athlete, defensive end somewhere. I better have a real good plan if I'm going to walk up to this dude and smack him.
So you better have a good exit
strategy. I better have
a
good plan. I better make sure ain't nothing in the way. Look, I better have somebody holding the door, something. Because if I walk up to this dude and slap him, what is he going to do? Is he going to just say, oh, do you have a problem? Is there something we can talk about? Is he going to do that with me?
See, and with this girl and what she was doing, hoax or not, you're trying to disfigure someone.
Yeah.
Okay? Like I said, somebody's going to take it and escalate it and do that to a guy. And his reaction's going to be clenched fist with a swing. That's going to be his reaction without thinking about it.
Yeah.
Without thinking about it. He's just going to react. And then if he knocks that young lady on her behind, when she wakes up, she's going to I want to file a lawsuit. He assaulted me. No. You assaulted him.
Yeah.
Okay. And he reacted. And the next thing you know is you were waking up.
Yeah. And it's like, if my exit plan fails and I trip over a stool and the dude grab me and beat me to a pulp, I can't say, everybody like, well, you shouldn't be beating on smaller people smaller than you. He started.
Yeah.
And how were we taught when we were raised?
Yeah.
If you start something, whatever that person brings at you, you should be ready for it.
You better be ready to finish it.
And here, I'm watching this video in Antifa. These guys put all these women up front. All these little bitty girls, they jumping up in men's face, 6 foot and bigger. And wanting to, get, chest to chest with a man. First off, you ain't getting in my face. And they doing it to the right, because you're not getting in my face. You all masked up, all dressed up in black. You are not walking up on me. You approach me, pop. That's my first reaction. You not getting in my face because I don't know what you're going to do. And the first reaction is pop. So they're going to start a riot with, 4 or 5 dudes. And these dudes weren't little boys, but they figured it was a bunch of them. And so this little girl going to walk up to this dude and hit him. Bye, he knocks her out.
Puts her to sleep.
And then well, you just hit a woman. Well, you all dressed up in the man. You jump in my face and you expect me to do discretion. And see, here's the problem I had with feminism all day, every week, from here until forever. If you want to get in the tank, if I go bar hopping and I want to take, I'm not going to take 2 women with me. No, I'm going to take 2 dudes, 7'2", and then I can talk trash.
Yeah.
Because I can jump behind them.
Yeah.
But no, you got the women out front. She gets cracked, and then you shouldn't hit a woman. Wait a minute. Hold up. Where is the equality thing go then? You cannot do assault on someone and jump behind. Then all of a sudden, I'm a feminist over here talking trash. I'm going to run up in your face. I'm still a feminist, but the minute you hit me, no, I'm not a feminist anymore. A grown man shouldn't be hitting a little bitty girl, 120 pounds. A little bitty 120 pound girl shouldn't be in my face.
Yeah.
That nonsense is exactly that, nonsense. And for people to buy into that crap is just, ridiculous.
Well, it's like they bought into the self-identifying thing.
Yeah.
Okay, folks bought into that. Then when that went south, now you upset because these guys are these 6 foot, 6'5" guys are self-identifying, saying that, hey, I'm a woman.
Yeah, when I hit her, I was a woman.
And then competing against your daughter in sports, wearing your daughter and her teammates out. Now you're upset. Okay? Well, didn't you see that coming?
Yeah.
But you opened that Pandora's box.
The door because you thought you were going to come against masculinity. You know, because you want to destroy masculinity. We need to destroy what they call toxic masculinity. That means you're a man and you don't apologize for it. You know, if you're a man and you don't apologize, you know, and I put up an article on Vine, you know, and it got over 1,000 hits because I was telling guys, look, you do not have to approach a topic and apologize because you're talking about something women do. You know, well, you know, I understand that women have, you know, a lot of women have been assaulted and, you know, and I feel for them. No. And a lot of men have been falsely accused and sat years in jail.
In prison.
You know, do women have to apologize for that before they bring up the subject? No. Well, I'm not going to apologize to you for bringing up subject. Okay, so that happened to you, but I'm not going to mention that when I come up because you would not mention that all these guys that have spent years, decades in jail on the false accusations. You don't apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize for what happened to you because I did not do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. I didn't do that to you. Hey, I'm not going to apologize for stuff I didn't do.
Hey, I sympathize with your situation, but I can't make an apology for something that I did not do.
I didn't do it. I'm not apologizing for what I didn't do. I'm sorry. If that offends you, you're offended.
You're offended.
You're offended.
Because of the fact that I don't live my life going around trying to sexually abuse women. As a matter of fact, I try to be and I believe that I am as gentlemanly and as chivalrous as I can be towards women. I'm not out there like a John Wayne Gacy Jr. Out there, you know, abusing women, calling women out of their names, calling them a bunch of this, that, and the other, and, you know, just being physical with them. I don't live my life like that. Yeah. But for those men that do that crap, okay, for me, it's like, man, take a baseball bat to his kneecaps.
Yeah.
That's the way I am about it.
Yeah. You know.
That's the way I am about it. But for women to go out and accuse guys falsely, like Sweatneck.
Yeah.
To accuse guys falsely of sexual allegations, and it ruins their lives, ruins their careers, and in a lot of cases, guys sit in prison on these false accusations, and then when it's found out that, hey, the guy didn't do it, do you see that woman coming back? Hey, man, I apologize.
Nope.
I know you didn't do it, but I needed to have somebody pay for it. Yep.
Yeah, I need to have somebody pay for it.
Somebody had to pay for it.
I'm watching this movie. It's a pretty stupid movie, but I just kept watching it. I'm like, is this movie going to get dumber or what? And so, you know, this guy, he's in Afghanistan. You know, they're cleaning out, fighting these guys in this town. He walks past a building and he hears something going on inside. He walks past someone, he looks in good, and there's this U.S. soldier raping this girl. So he goes around to the door. He walks up on her. She looks at him like, okay, he must be coming to join him. He takes his knife out, hits the guy like 3 times in his chest, you know, and he's in the ground looking up at him like, why did you do that? And so he takes the knife and gives it to her and leaves.
Take care of him.
As he's walking out, you can hear girl in there putting it to him.
I got him softened up for you.
I took the fight out of him.
I took the fight out of him.
And as he's leaving, the girl was in there giving it to him.
You won't have a problem out of him. I softened him up for you.
He ain't got no more fight in it. And she was in there giving it to him. And it's like, you know, most men don't do that kind of stuff.
Don't do that crap. But you have men out there that do that kind of thing.
That do that. Okay? Bank robbers are out there.
Yeah. If something happens to you and then you look and I'm going to blame it on this person over here, and then I'm going to stick with that lie, and with a sexual allegation charge, man, as soon as that's leveled against the man,
that's it.
He is toast.
You're done.
He's toast.
You're done.
Yeah. I feel for my sons.
Yeah.
Okay? For Michael and David. Because they could get labeled with that. And it's over.
Yeah,
It's over. You and me.
Wherever you're working at, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, and that's going to ride with you, even if it's found out later on that she's lying.
You're already labeled.
You know, you're not going to get your job back.
Yeah, you're not getting your job back.
Now, we got that taint on us.
Yes,
and we don't want it on us.
That's right.
By rehiring.
That's right.
You know, so your life is pretty much destroyed.
That's right.
You know, but nobody considers that because, well, you know, if a few men get innocently accused, it's okay because it's me too. You know, me too. No, no, I'm not buying it. Yeah. And I had an incident a year ago now. 20 years ago, I wouldn't even thought about it before all this stuff started happening. I'm in the Radio Shack. This was before Radio Shack closed. This was about 10 years ago. I'm in the Radio Shack. I'm walking around there, and I'm in the back looking up electronic parts or whatever. I forget what I was trying to fix. And I go up front, and there's this older, guy, and, like her grandfather, she looked to be 15, 16 years old. And I didn't think nothing about it. Next thing I know, she was standing next to me. And I'm like, okay. So I moved, to another part of the store. Maybe, I'm looking at cords. Maybe she's looking at cords, too. So I moved to another part of the store where I know she ain't got no interest in none of this stuff, And she's standing next to me again. So I moved again. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the counter and stand next to this old dude up here. I was not leaving that store.
Just think if they had caught it on video.
Because I know I'm on video. I said, now if I leave the store and she walk up behind me and comes up missing, I'm going to be on 11 o'clock.
That's right.
Last scene with this man.
And he's armed and extremely dangerous.
Last seen alive. Like she was last seen leaving the store with this guy here. I'm like, oh, heck no. Now, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I wouldn't even thought about that.
When the boys were, look, all the neighborhood kids would congregate over at our place. And on Friday nights, what I would do is I would buy like 2 or 3 pizzas and have all the little guys in for pizza. They're playing games, watching movies, whatever, to keep them out of the streets and keep them occupied, right? And there was 2 little girls in the same age group. And one Friday night, they want to come into the, no, y'all go over and don't I hear your mother calling you for dinner? No, ain't no way in the world I'm going to let these little girls up in here with these boys. Okay? So, just think about it. One of those little boys hit that little girl, and she runs home and she tells her mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
And then it'll be, what you doing with those little girls up in there anyway?
It's going to fall on you.
It's going to fall on me.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you little girls can't come up in here.
And now, putting it in the real world. If you're a male and you're running a business or running an organization, do you want to be in a room by yourself with a woman?
Nope.
No, you don't.
Nope.
So are you going to be less inclined to hire women when you can than to hire a dude? You probably want to work with guys now.
Because the potential of you running into a Julie Swetnick in this day and age is very possible.
Because a guy might say, well, you tell him, you fire him, he might badmouth you, and say, I don't like working for that jerk anyway, whatever, to go for his next job. You guys, depart ways, and that's that, But now you fire this girl, and next thing you know, you getting assault her. Well, he made a sexual advance toward me. Now your career is done.
Done.
You're done.
You're done, man. You're done. And don't we see that in this Kavanaugh thing?
Yeah.
The Democrats, right up front, as soon as that allegation came out from Blasey Ford, he was guilty.
Yeah. He was guilty. Absolutely, completely, positively. Justice system go to heck. We're going to take Lady Justice. We're going to shoot her.
Yeah. We're not even going to give her another blindfold.
We're just going to shoot her.
Yeah.
Forget justice because she should believe. What about the guy that's falsely accused? Why shouldn't we believe him?
Yeah.
Why should he not be believed?
And then you read this article from about Rachel Mitchell, who was the prosecutor who questioned Blasey Ford. You read that article and you look at, and even we talked about it during the confirmation hearings. It's like, man, she's got a lot of inconsistencies there.
Yeah.
I don't need to be a doggone prosecutor to see all the inconsistencies. But didn't you say over here something different from what you're saying over here and what you said over there? Your timeline. Didn't you say this was the time? And now you're saying this was the time and this was the time. And then how the Democrats tried to use, well, she had mentioned Kavanaugh's name before he even was nominated. No, she hadn't.
No, she hadn't.
No, she hadn't.
No, she had not. She hadn't
mentioned that. All she did was, hey, I was sexually abused, but she never identified who sexually abused
or
her.
the setting that it was done in.
Yeah, she never identified it to her husband. She never identified it to her counselor or whatever you want to call her, therapist. She just said that she had been, but she didn't name any names.
Yeah.
But the Democrat, well, she mentioned him before he was even nominated. Oh, you mean like back when he was nominated for the Circuit Court of Appeals? Did she mention it then? The only time that it got mentioned by her is when she found out that he was on that short list.
Yeah.
And her husband found out at that time who it was.
And being a leftist activist, she activated.
Mm-hmm.
And went in the, okay, we got to stop this.
That's what Zena Bash was doing. Hey, Christine, it's time. That's what Zena Bash was doing, man. She was throwing Christine Blasey Ford to the side. It's time, girl. Come on.
But, just this nonsense and this foolishness. And then you flip over to Keith. Oh, she's just a woman scorned. She's just making false accusations against Keith. So her accusations are false because Keith is one of you guys.
Yeah.
So now, only time an accusation should be believed and when it's brought against somebody that you disagree with. Mm-hmm. That's when she should be believed. Mm-hmm. But Karen Monahan, I forget her. She's just a woman scorned. You know how that is.
Yeah. He broke up with her. Now she's mad. Now she's trying to get back at him. But hey, she's got more consistencies in her argument than Blasey Ford does.
Woman's got medical records.
Okay, I'm going to give the smash here. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up on that. If you don't like what you see in here, hey, you can give us a thumbs down. Either way, man, no big deal. If you have not subscribed to our channel, you can do so by clicking on that red subscribe button you see beneath the video. And make sure you ring that bell also. That's the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we put up a new video. We do this 5 times a week because we love doing this. We get enjoyment out of it. And we like doing our part to expose that nasty, vile, wicked, vicious, evil, despicable Democrat Party.
Democrat cult.
Yep. Yeah. We love what we do. We're passionate about what we do. See you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. You guys hang in there, okay? Stay strong. Stay strong. And don't believe what you hear from that lying mainstream media. We're out.